Yo, it's Trivelli, I'm back, and the Miami Dolphins are now the front runners to win the AFC East. I know I sound crazy saying that, but I'm going to break down why I actually think the Dolphins can pull this off. So if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get this channel out to as many people as possible. Also, follow me on Instagram and Twitter so you get my daily notifications and live updates for when I'm dropping videos, which is going to be Monday through Friday, because you know the deal, guys. I'm never slacking. Now let's jump into the action.
I'm living life like this. Maybe give a little glimpse, maybe give a little glimpse.
So, I want to break down Miami's performance versus New England and Buffalo's performance versus the Steelers. And basically what this entails is that these are the only two teams that I believe have a legitimate shot of winning the AFC East. I'm sorry to the Jets and I'm sorry to the New England Patriots, but this is just not your year. This is the year for the Dolphins and this is the year for the Bills. Now, before this video, I did predict the Bills to be in first place for the AFC East, and I have no problem admitting that that is still a very likely scenario. But I'm going to break down a couple reasons really quickly why I think that loss to the Steelers plays a huge role in the Miami Dolphins now having a front runner view of that first place in the AFC East. Now, let's break down Miami's performance versus New England. We have to be honest, Tua could have played better. He didn't play awful, but the pick was a really bad attempt at getting it out of bounds. That's a simple thing that you need to execute in the NFL, so that was no good. The O-line could have been better as well, and Mike Gesicki was just missing. I don't know if this guy was just not on the same page with Tua, but I have very high hopes for him as a tight end in this league, and he cannot be just missing like that in a big-time AFC East showdown with the Patriots. Positives for the Dolphins offense in this game was that the running game was just good enough as we expected. Gaskin did play well. The receivers got the job done, mainly Parker and Waddle. And if we're breaking down everything Tua did from a microcosm, you can't say he made too many mistakes. There was a couple of bad decisions. The defense for Miami gave up lots of yardage. They got a little bit of pressure on Jones, not enough. They really bailed themselves out twice with the forced fumble and the recoveries by Xavier Howard and also Javon Holland. You won the turnover battle. If you're Miami, you got to be happy about that versus Bill Belichick. That's actually really impressive. Defense bends but doesn't break. You know, the red zone defense looks really strong for Miami, so that's something very positive you take out of this game, knowing it's tough for teams to score on them in the red zone. You're going to need that versus Buffalo. Now, I expect the offense to continue to improve as the season goes on. They're going to get Will Fuller in the second game. The running game should pick up as well as these offensive linemen like Eckenberg and the tackle that we were missing last game, Jackson. As they get back into the mix, I think that this is going to really help push the running game forward. Now, Buffalo, on the other hand, they looked amazing in the first half, and then throughout the game, they kind of just wasted away. The defense played exactly how I thought they would in the first half, but they needed a couple more sacks versus Big Ben. They just did not get enough pressure on him. They needed to force him to throw at least one interception in this game, because when you do that to Big Ben, the psyche gets changed, and I think that makes this a very winnable game, and it's a completely different game if they get him to throw an interception. I thought the defense kind of just broke down in the fourth completely, and that's really the difference. A pleasant surprise for the Bills was Singletary, who averaged 6.5 yards a carry on 11 rushes. We all thought his career could be dead in the water after two lackluster campaigns, but unfortunately, I think they threw the ball 51 times in this game, which is at least 5 to 10 times too many. I mean, I think that, you know, if they ran the ball a little more, albeit Singletary was performing very well, but you got a couple other running backs on this roster that are also, you know, adept at running. They could get the job done. So if they would have been able to run the ball, keep control of the clock, this would have really kept their defense rested on the sideline, and that would have allowed them to not break down so much in the fourth. So I think throwing the ball 51 times when you're not down by, you know, 14 or 17 points, it doesn't work. So they could have been in a great position to win this game. They were in a great position to win this game, and they kind of let it slip away. Now, I'm going to tell you why losing to the Steelers for the Bills was such a big catalyst for the Dolphins. Now that's going to propel them straight into the driver's seat. Now, obviously, everyone in the AFC East is 0-1 right now, except for the Dolphins. So that's already you're in the driver's seat. Now, you get to play the Bills week 2 if you're the Dolphins at home. I think this is going to be an extremely close game, amazing test for the Dolphin defense, because, you know, the New England offense was kind of working the ball down the field slowly, utilizing the running game, And really, if they didn't have those 2 fumbles, you could be looking at a Dolphins 0-1 team right now. But the defense did get it done. Now, the Bills are going to spread you out. They have Josh Allen, who's capable of doing literally anything on the field. If it's running a 70-yard touchdown or throwing it, you have to defend them from so many different angles. They have great weapons outside and inside. Like I said, if Singletary's running the ball for 6 yards a carry in this game, it's a wrap. But I do think the Dolphins have enough on defense. If the offense can put up 24-27, they have enough to win this game. Now, I do believe at home the Dolphins are going to pull this game out. And if they do, they will beat the Raiders on the road the following week. Okay, they're going to beat the Colts at home. After how I saw Carson Wentz play, there's no doubt about it. They're going to be 4-0 heading into the Bucs, right? I think the Dolphins are going to lose to the Buccaneers. Then they will beat the Jaguars and the Falcons in back-to-back weeks before returning to Buffalo with another pivotal matchup. Now, let's talk about this. If the Bills lose this game at home versus the Dolphins, it's a wrap. The Dolphins are going to win the division. But I do believe the Bills are going to come home with the win in this game. Now, they're going to beat the Texans, but they never play well versus the Ravens. Have them going on a 4-game win streak versus the Jets, Panthers, Giants, and Jets once again before returning to a road game versus Jameis Winston and the high-power offense Saints, where I believe they're going to lose not only the Saints game, but the Dolphins are going to probably lose to the Titans on the road as well, versing their old quarterback in Tannehill, and that's going to round out your season with 5 losses. Now, keep your eye on that 12-5 record with a most likely 5-1 divisional record. Now, if we pull up the Bills schedule here, I'm going to tell you right now that I thought they were going to beat the Steelers, and they would have been a 12-5, 5-1 team as well, but they would have a tiebreaker over Miami. Now, this is really tough because I have the Bills losing the next game. So they'll be 0-2. Going into Washington, that's a win. Texans is a win. So you're 2-2. Then you're going to probably lose to the Chiefs and the Titans on the road back-to-back. That's going to be 2-4. And then, if you can beat the Titans, that's going to be huge. But if you can't, I know they looked bad, but I think they're going to turn it around very quickly. The Cardinals are extremely underrated. So again, if you're 2-4 there, you turn it around, you get the win at home versus the Dolphins, you beat the Jags, you beat the Jets, you beat the Colts, but then you lose to the Saints on the road. You beat the Patriots at home, you lose to the Bucs on the road. You're now already at 6 losses, but I do have them finishing out the season on a 4-game win streak where I think that the Bills are now going to go 11-6 this season. It's going to be a letdown because you know what? It's going to show that there could be a new sheriff in town in the AFC East, and it's Brian Flores and the Miami Dolphins. It's just something to think about. If you guys break down their schedule, tell me where you think the Bills are going to lose, where you think the Dolphins are going to lose. I think the Dolphins are really a 5-loss team this year. If you look at their schedule, it works out in their favor, and the opposite can be said for the Bills. So if you guys agree, again, just comment down below what you guys think. And as always, have a great day. Peace.
I'm living life like this. Maybe give a little glimpse, maybe give a little glimpse.